They have microbes, bacteria, look. Death entering into your body and multiplying. Go to a land of milk and honey. 1/3 of the land of law, 1/3 of the law, the mother's law, the book of Proverbs was honey. Honey law, bee law. Bee bacteria gets killed by honey. And the microbes are the spirit entities that are worshipped by the occult. When the occult proliferated in Europe, you see the proliferation of technology, which propagates the negative energy needed of microwaves, microbials, microorganism, Microsoft, nanobots, all of these little things, microbes, Microsoft. So that means, so the stuff that kills all of these microbe entities or keeps them away from you, honey, bee vomit. Now, instead of propagating bee law and bee honey, the people that are supposed to be our leaders, they're propagating the destruction and the death of all the bees, and they're propagating, introducing microbes into mosquitoes to bite you. It's fucking hilarious how stupid people are. Oh, hold on. Microbes, yeah. Hold on a second, me look there. Look at that woman's face. She got bit by the microbes, got into her. They exist only to sin against the flesh. And when Jesus banishes that little motherfucker, they turn around and they say, I am legions, I am many. So is that Jesus? That's death talking to Jesus, the demon, the king of the demons, Satan, and his microbial entities. And look at these mosquitoes, bloodsuckers. They don't like garlic. So there's truth in the saying that vampires don't like garlic. Spiritual vampires, psychological vampires, all stuff like that. Look, biting people, drinking their blood. And it says in the Bible they exist only to sin against the flesh. So you need to restore the Christian kingdom, the true Christian Gallic faith, the faith of sacred unity, the Gallic faith of sacred unity. You need to re-establish the Rocket Castle as a central point, and we need a big bee initiative, and we need to stop messing around with the microbes, because you know when you say so, like you sin and you go out when you drink all the time, you don't clean your house, the microbes build up. Then eventually after drinking or taking drugs, your immune system gets weak and you get sick and you die, and you might die, the microbes get into you, and then you could become delirious, or you could get microbes. One of my pals, very close friend of mine, just got microbes in his brain from drinking and all. That could be considered sin. So when you're looking at the microbes multiplying, here we go, we are looking at Satan and his minions, his legions, killing the flesh, because the flesh is corrupt. And you see, when you're sexually promiscuous, you catch all the sexually transmitted bacteria and they multiply in you. And you get the clap and the dose, and the Greeks believed that it's a gift from their goddess, and their goddess was Ishtar, the goddess of war, medicine, and the sea. Ishtar, the owl maneuver. So you have to. So there's the virus. People take the piss when I hear these lefty motherfuckers turning around saying that they don't want to fix up the Queen's palace and the Queen's castle. They're the ones that kept Protestant Christianity alive. We wouldn't know any of this at all if there was no we wouldn't know one bit of this if there was no Christianity. My ancestors taught it to the Britons, we taught it to the French. The French kingdoms were set up, and the German kingdoms by my father's father, my forefathers. The Franks king, all of these other kings, and probably the Scottish kingdoms. That's why the Scottish went from being little Picts to big tall Gaels, because of my ancestors. And the Queen sits on top of the stone of destiny under her throne, which is coming from my ancestors, the Milesians. So what you're seeing is a systematic assault by the heathens of the world. But they're not the people of the heathens don't know they're heathens because they're being dumbed down and they haven't got a proper education. They don't know the scriptures. So you need honey. You need loads of bees and loads of honey. Have honey in you. My ancestors ruled from County Meath and from the Rock of Cashel. They are Christian kings. Don't take me word for it. You know, and there's loads of stuff written in there. There's French people there. There's even people from down in the Middle East. Like, see, because we were the Hebrew tribes, and my ancestor was Brian, the king of the Hebrews. Brian Hebrew, and we drove out the Vikings in the pincer movement that the Vatican was using against Ireland after it done England with the pincer movement of the Vikings and the Norsemen. But we were clued up enough to use Vikings that converted to Christianity to face off the evil mindset and culture and what would I call it? Psychological stasis of the Vikings. So that's why it's called the Thin Blue Line. That's why the old bill wear blue. Because they were Christians keeping out pagans, and they brought in spirit worship, and they brought in human sacrifice, and we fought at the bloody city Dublin, all the sickness and all. So if people don't turn away from all of this pagan idolatry and all, there's a big plague coming, something in bacterial form will come, and you can see it coming now on the mosquitoes, because you have the people who are trying to take away our spiritual connection by telling that there's no God and to worship idols and that there's all one world religion and everything is hunky-dory once you don't bother anybody else. That's not true. You need to uphold the mother's law. She will honour you and preserve you. And mother's law is B law. And if you don't uphold the B law, you won't have any defence. You won't have any Manuka honey to kill off superbugs and bacteria. Have honey in you. Honey is good for you. It's great being a tick paddy, isn't it? A speaker of the truth has no friends. African proverb. They call me Pat. They call me Mick. They call me Paddy. They call me Tick. That's not my name. It's not my name. It's not my name. I had it with the geezer who was giving it Samson. His muscles were big and yes, he was handsome. His fists worked well and so does his jewels. As a matter of fact, he was a bit of a tool. I took a look at the mirror and what did I see? Top boy. It was looking at me. Top boy. That's what they call me around here. I sport all the top gear. They sing it to me down a boozer, cause I'm a bit of a bruiser. Put a heavy on the scales, and they can pay me the nails. And yeah, the ladies wanna see me, and the geezers wanna be me, I'm a top boy. And I love a bit of honey. Where's my honey? Yeah, there you go, look. The microbials. They exist only to syndicate. They're out and outside your immune system to bounce in, and then if you're really naughty, God imputes the iniquities of your father even on the third and fourth generation. My ancestor had to enforce the honour price of Galatia against the whole world and its heathenism for 4 generations. They would lose their honour price. So you have this Christian system set up over here and it's falling apart in chaos because they're putting the wrong plugs into the system. There's like the plugs don't fit because they don't have the mindset of the Pro-Testament educated learned scholars who are right in right stay to teach you right things who are right stay with the Lord. So what they have instead is loads of people running around the place, plugs of all different shapes and sizes, so they end up having to dismantle the plugs and stick a couple of wires into the socket. That's not the way the British kingdom works. That's not the way the French, that's not the way any of the Galatian kingdoms work. That's why we need more monarchy and less lefty bullshit. Yeah, that's why you'd want to be thinking good and hard about giving the Queen some rest in her old age and renovating her fucking house for her and stop annoying her. Because it's not nice to be bugging old ladies who are very dutiful for 90 years. And then she has a husband as well, he's an old boy now. All of these people. We renovate the Rocket Castle as well. And we let loads of bees and stuff around there for the crack. And Bill Gates' mosquitoes can bite my ass.